Hi, I'm Shannon Gorse with Divine Nature Therapy, and this is a guided audio meditative exploration for Lawrence Nature Park. This audio is best suited for summertime. You can find other meditations for other seasons of the year in this playlist. I'll give a 3-minute introduction and then the guided meditation will start. First, you may want to grab a chair or blanket from your car if you'd like to sit while you explore the prompts. And perhaps bring bug spray, sunblock, or any other protection you need in summertime to feel safe and relaxed in this ecosystem. Or you're welcome just to try out a part of it today and come back another time to experience it in a new way. There's no one exact way to do this. The practice is intended to help you connect your bodily experience more deeply with the natural world around you in ways that feel good to you. Second, you can choose which way you'd like to go. Your heart or feet can lead you down the trail until you see a side trail or place that calls to you. When possible, it's great to find a spot with fewer human distractions. But if two-leggeds do walk by, we can remember they are animals exploring the woods alongside the four-leggeds, winged ones, and more. While being further in the woods may support your immersion, this meditation can work in the park in any place you choose. Lastly, while you walk to your spot, I'll share just a minute about the gift you're about to receive. The earth is alive and ready to engage with you up to your comfort level. I'll be offering prompts for you to explore your external and internal senses based on aspects of shinrin-yoku, or Japanese forest bathing. The intention and opportunity of the meditation is to come into fuller presence with plants, animals, and others with whom we share the web of life. The prompts help you deepen connection through inquiry into your experience. And if a prompt doesn't fit well for you, you can change it, ignore it, or skip it. This is part of a longer process of forest bathing therapy that's been scientifically researched to reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, PTSD, chronic widespread pain, ADHD, and more. And it improves our immune system, mood system, sense of gratitude, motivation, and belonging. More information on the scientific research is available at anft.earth. Our main goal right now isn't to learn more facts about nature, but to develop a reciprocal relationship of mutuality and interbeing. And if you're able to find a place in the park to stand or sit for 20 minutes in one area, you may find yourself deepening this awareness. If it's best for you to keep walking slowly today, it may or may not provide the same taste of the experience, but it's up to you. So if you haven't found your spot yet where you want to slow down and meditate, you can pause the video now and the audio until you're ready to begin. And when you're at the spot where you want to start the meditation, you can just keep listening through earbuds or your phone and forget about the video and keep listening. We'll now begin the meditation of presencing. Our meditation goes through the external and then internal bodily senses. We'll start with the sense of sight, letting our eyes gaze around all the beauty here. Finding colors in different shades of color. Letting the eyes be drawn to different shapes and lines. Curves and angles. Points and intersections. We'll let the eyes cascade against the variety of beings here, those near and those far. Perhaps letting them maze their way through the leaves and trees into the furthest back row they can see. And then out to the sky, including a gaze above us. And behind us. Observing the burgeoning life in every direction. And when we've taken in the panorama of greens and browns, blues, we'll let the eyelids close down however far is comfortable, all the way or part way with a soft gaze on the earth in front of us. And we'll let the inner eye focus on the sense of breathing. Watching the inhalation and exhalation. Just as they are, without a need to immediately change them. We can let the lungs breathe however feels good in this moment. Letting the breath slow down if and when it wants. Perhaps noticing on the inhale where the lungs like to expand, front, back, left, right, sides of the body. Whether the belly is shifting, filling the lower part of the lungs. Whether the collarbones or shoulders are shifting, creating space for fresh oxygen and energy. And observing on the exhale how the rib cage and the tissues glide in the release, letting the air flow out. And we'll bring our attention to this air just on the outside of the face. Noticing whether it's still or slowly wafting by the cheeks and nose. This air that we call sky, while it's on the outside of the body, gets welcomed in on the inhale to join a stream down the throat into the lungs. And this little bit of the sky finds a new home in our body. Perhaps we even trace it as it passes through the lung cells into the heart and gets pumped out to the arms and legs, fingers and toes, bringing fresh life to our cells. And somewhere along the way in the river of bloodstream, this element we once called sky joins our body and becomes part of who we are and takes on our name. And then eventually we exhale what we no longer need, releasing it back to the sky. And the particles that were once known and called by our name now return to the great breath out there, perhaps floating on toward maple or sycamore, toward squirrel or cardinal, taking on new names. Every breath in, we receive the exhale of oak or mulberry. And we breathe in their life and then breathe out ours, thus trading names with everyone in these woods and becoming neighbors through the breath. And we'll shift our attention to the sense of hearing. Listening for the quietest sounds and the loudest sounds. Listening for the sounds closest to the body and the sounds farthest from the body. Listening perhaps for the interplay of sounds. And the spaces between the sounds. And if you'd like, turn your head to the side so the ear cups catch a slightly different set of sounds. And then turn the head to the other side. And if there's any sound that's your favorite right now, you can imagine the ears as funnels, soaking up that sound. Let it pour into the ear canal and down into the heart, filling up the heart chambers. Then we'll shift to our sense of smell. Taking some long sniffs in through the nose, we might wonder, is there anything familiar wafting in here? Or anything new? And we might take some quick, short sniffs like the bear, lifting the nose up in one direction and sniffing. And then in the other direction, sniffing. What do you smell in the wetness or dryness of the woods? And you might check in with what smell you bring to the woods by sniffing the back of your hand. Thus knowing what creatures nearby might be smelling as your scent wafts towards them. Then we'll come to our sense of taste by running the tongue around the teeth and gums of the mouth. We'll find flavors from earlier in the day. I wonder if you find flavors of local wheat or soy or vegetables, or flavors of fruit coming from the south, flavors of coffee or chocolate coming from the equator, or salt or spices from the east. I wonder what parts of the globe you can taste along your teeth and gums. What lands have traveled across oceans or continents to join this body? And become part of this being. And if you're feeling curious today, you might stick your tongue out like a dog, lapping the air, or curl it like a straw to take a sip of the air. And add the flavor of the air of the woods to the mouth. And then we'll come to our sense of touch. By touching the air in front of us with outstretched arms or hands, we can stretch the fingers and comb through the air, up and down or side to side, raking the air like we would sand or water. Feeling the viscosity of the air, if it's thick or thin, how wet or dry is it? Letting the fingers play and dance in the air. And perhaps lifting the palms up. What is it like to hold up a part of the sky? And turning the palms toward one another, holding a ball of air. We can squeeze the ball, pressing the hands in and out an inch. And then continuing to squeeze the air, drawing the hands closer together until they can sense the coming of the other hand. And eventually, palm meets palm, and one set of fingers can feel the texture of skin on one palm. And compare it to the texture of knuckle on the back side. And we can also feel the texture of clothing, of our shirt or pants. Maybe today you have something made of cotton. I wonder if as you touch these threads, you could imagine the cotton plant as it grew in the rain and the sun, with nutrients from the soil, till it was picked and woven to become your clothing. And so this plant, once breathing and pulsing, just like you, is now protecting you and holding you, perhaps in a hug or on some limbs of your body. And we walk around wearing plants. Or maybe today you have silk on from the silkworm or some other fiber. But we'll breathe for a moment, knowing that we are wrapped in the earth's skin as our protection for our own skin. Then we'll drop our inner eye down through the torso into the hips and legs, as if our inner eye were walking across the thigh bones, around the knees, and sliding down the shins, perhaps sliding through blood vessels, around the muscles, down to the feet, where we can look out through the bottom of the feet, where we might awaken the imagination further, where the bottom of the feet can grow roots that can push their way through tiny cracks and crevices into the soil beneath us. And with our feet roots in the soil, sliding past pebbles, dirt, perhaps other grass or plant roots, I wonder what they might find. What's in the community here in the earth? Ants or worms? Bunny burrows? Who have we joined by coming to this place in the park? And then drawing those roots back up into the soles of the feet. We'll walk the inner eye back over to the ankles and start rock climbing up the shins, climbing up to the knees and across the bridge of the thigh. We'll take our attention right into our navel area on the belly. If it helps, you can even place a hand on the belly or open the palms on your sides, letting the belly breathe freely. And allowing the gut radar, the neural system, nerves in the gut, to sense this place. What is it like to be here? And if it feels safe to do so with your eyes closed, you could slowly come to standing, or you can crack them open to keep your balance so that the feet can plant on the earth and the head can raise up in the bottom of the sky. And we can make a slow turn in place with eyes closed if it's possible, or cracked open if that's safest. As we turn, we let the belly sense every direction: north, south, east, west. And we'll keep turning slowly in place until we find the direction our body likes best, and then we'll pause there. I wonder what it is your body is drawn to. If it's something near or far, or very far. And if you'd like to bring a hand to your heart or fingers to the pulse and the neck, I invite you to feel your heartbeat. What is this heart longing for? And then relaxing the arms and the whole body. For a moment, letting this earth hold us completely as the ground of being supports our every breath and every step. In a moment, not quite yet, but in a moment from now, I'll invite you to fully reopen the eyes and let them connect with a particular being. So when you're ready, fully open the eyes. Let them notice all life present here. And then allow them to be drawn to one being, a tree or a plant, or perhaps an animal. I wonder if as you're gazing at them, you might also consider that they're gazing at you. You're welcome to pause the audio here. If you'd like to just sit and be with the sensory meditation. In shinrin-yoku, we often ask, what are you noticing? And that could mean, what are you noticing around you in the life of the forest? Or what are you noticing inside of you, in the forest of the body, and all its many parts, thoughts and emotions? You might take time to journal, sing, or silently be. Or if you'd like a few more prompts, I'll offer them. The first one is called What's in Motion? Can you look around with that question, what's in motion, as in movement? You might also very slowly walk, each foot taking an intentional slow step at the pace of the snail, holding this question. You can pause the audio if you'd like to set a timer on your phone for 5 or 10 minutes and begin a journey through the woods with many senses reawakened to notice what's in motion. And then when you're ready for the next prompt, you can unpause. Welcome back. I wonder what you're noticing. What you're noticing in the life around you. And what you're noticing happening inside you as you slow down and tune in. The second invitation is to wander slowly in any direction your heart or feet choose. Perhaps whatever is slow for you, try to cut that slow in half. And the invitation is to notice the presence of water wherever you turn. How is water flowing here? How is water hanging out here? How is water present here? You may set a timer on your phone for 5 or 10 minutes so you can practice just this one observation, keeping the mind present right here, right now, with the source of life. And then when you're ready to come back, you can unpause. Welcome back. I'm wondering what is feeling most alive in you as you practice. I wonder how you felt the presence of water in your own body, how it's living and moving in you. I wonder if you attune to how the presence of water is in the plants that surround you. And if they could speak, what might they say about life? If the water of your body could speak, what would it say about your life? I'll share just a few thoughts as if we're in a group today. The water of my body says, I love to sweat. Life is a precious gift. It feels good to pulse and digest and excrete. The water of my body feels connection to the humidity of this air. The water of my body may remember what it's like to be in the body of a leaf or a trunk, flowing on and on. That's my last prompt for today. Feel free to continue exploring the park slowly if you can, engaging your senses and the life around you, perhaps allowing your own questions and invitations to arise. You could also return another day and practice the same guided audio meditation, either in the same spot or a new spot. Each day brings new weather, more than human beings, and fresh opportunities to connect. Thank you for joining me and many others in this endeavor to rematriate our bodies with the land and to know our fellow community members more deeply. You're welcome to share a comment here about your experience or to reach out with any questions or tell me about what you wish at divinenaturetherapy.com. And I hope to see you back for another season's meditation.